Kevin, it's been a week now since the dragon event has occurred. You know, Wolfie and I saved you out there, so you're fine to go now. You know, wizards don't understand the difference between dragons and pocket monsters. But, you know, hey, since you're here, we can play a game known as Spyro the Dragon. You want to watch another episode of Game of Thrones, don't you? Alright, just let you know, some of your favorite characters might be taken care of.
Hello, my witches and wizards. This is Professor Rowan, coming to you from the safety of my backyard because it rained all day yesterday, washing the ash and the fire and everything else away. So thank you so much to all of you who put your personal magic into that. However, I'm mainly here to talk to you about part 2 of this brilliant event for the month, the Battle of the Department of Mysteries. Part 2 runs from September 22nd, the moment that part 1 is over, in fact, at 11 a.m., to September 29th, also at 11 a.m. This will give you another free store pack, including enough ingredients to brew your own tonic for trace detection and 25 spell energy. It also will have specific 1.5k port keys, which we found out last time will take you to Umbridge's office. And as a professor, I have very deep issues with Miss Umbridge, and so I will not be picking up any more port keys because I seriously don't want to go anywhere near her. We're going back into the Department of Ministries. This week we've been working on the Room of Rooms, finding out information about why the veil is still there, and how weird it is that a tank of brains is coming up since so few people even know they exist. Well, except all the people who've been collecting its Foundable for the last year. There are 2 Foundables that you'll be finding in the wild. Those are Mr. Harry Potter and the Prophecy Orb. I'm assuming that it's the Prophecy Orb that he famously found, the one of him, but it could potentially also be the Prophecy Orb that's giving us information about this calamity. Miss Ginny Weasley, currently Ginny Weasley Potter, but back when she was just Ginny Weasley, Miss Ginny Weasley will be from the port keys, or from finishing the brilliant bonus event, which is honestly how I'm going to be getting that particular Foundable. Wizarding challenges will find you going up against Death Eaters, masked ones. Joy. Not only am I fighting Death Eaters in the fortress, I'm now also going to be collecting Death Eater Foundables by using that specific runestone. And finally, completing Quest 4 of 4 will give you Miss Hermione Granger. Considering she's been doing the research on this, it might be a little odd for her to see her own Foundable, but, you know, we'll see how she reacts this time. Before we get into the quests, I want to specifically again mention, do not place the brilliant images until asked to do so. You're going to have to hold on to those until the bonus challenge this time, so if you can, hold off. If you can't, I completely understand. Just understand you're going to have to collect even more of them for the bonus challenge. There also seems to be a lot of things that very specifically slow you down. It makes it harder to power through, which, you know, powering through something that's supposed to take you a full week, you know, I can understand it, but be aware that those are going to be occurring. Let's get on to the quests. Quest 1 of 4 has you brewing a specific potion. But unlike usual, it's having you, well, brew a potion we haven't been required to brew before. The Invigoration Draught, specifically. Brewing the Invigoration Draught will give you 4 Snowdrop. I would like to point out that you can start brewing this ahead of time, in fact, I honestly encourage it, and it counts as brewing the potion when you pull it out of your cauldron. If this isn't a potion you regularly brew, I would like to remind you now what you need to brew the Invigoration Draught. You will need honey water, a vervain infusion, scurvy grass, and lovage. If this is not a potion that you regularly brew, and if you have absolutely none of them in your cauldron or in your vault, Might I suggest brewing more than one at this point? Just saying. You will also need to collect things off of the map twice, 2 times, whether that be energy, potion ingredients, port keys, what have you. Pick them up off the ground twice. That will get you 2 erumpent horns. You will also need to return 5 of the brilliant prophecy orbs. Since all 4 brilliant items will be out on the map, it might take a little hunting to find the 5 prophecy orbs that you need. That will get you 1 strong Stimulo potion. Completing Quest 1 will get you 550 Wizarding XP, 50 Brilliant Family XP, 2 Restricted Section books, and 10 Spell Energy. On to Quest 2. This needs to be the regular Invigoration Drought, by the way. The previous one had you brew a regular, not a strong, Invigoration Drought. You now get to use 2 Invigoration Droughts, the regular ones. Those Invigoration Droughts are only usable in the fortress, so you're going to have to go in the fortress for this one. That will collect you 2 Leaping Toadstools. While you're in the fortress, make sure you're using the Brilliant Family Runestone, because you also have to collect 2 of the Masked Death Eater Foundable Fragments. Those are only collectible by using the Brilliant Runestone in the fortress. And you're going to have to go into at least 2 fortresses in order to do this. That will get you 1 Dark Detector. Finally, you need to use Master Notes in potions that you are brewing 2 times. Now, unless you're like going in and, your Stimulo potion is going to be done in 10 minutes and you cast your Master's Notes at that point and then pull it out of your cauldron instantly because, hey, it's done now, and then use the Master's Notes again on the next one that's already brewing. Honestly, this is going to potentially take you a little bit. Might I suggest, during the time that you're doing this, you brew the potions that have short brew times. Like, perhaps you're going to need another Invigoration Drought. You could do that. Also the standard Stimulo potion. Completing Quest 2 will get you 750 Wizarding XP, 75 Brilliant Family XP, 3 Restricted Section books, and 10 Spell Energy. Just like last time, Quest 3 of 4 is taking place entirely in the fortress. And in fact, I'm filming this on Saturday. I just finished this today. I really haven't been able to focus on the Brilliant event this last week. Real life has been much more pressing. But I will get it done in time because I've still got a couple of days. In theory. But besides that, we're not talking about right now this week. We're talking about next week's Brilliant event. Quest 3 is again taking place almost entirely, not almost, entirely, in the fortress. It's in fact going to sound very similar to the one we just did. Earning 7,550 Wizarding XP in challenges, which will get you 1 silver key. Might I suggest, from what I found this last time, that means forest chambers, dark chambers, the higher level chambers, and a brain elixir. While you're in there, you need to defeat 15 foes in Wizarding challenges, which, considering how many challenges you're going to have to do to get that XP, not going to be that hard of a problem. That will get you 1 Armadillo Vial. Finally, complete 3 Wizarding challenges with 3 or more people. 3 this time instead of 5. That will get you 2 healing potions. Your time on the night bus will reward you with 1,250 Wizarding XP, 75 Brilliant Family XP, 5 Restricted Section books, and 10 more Spell Energy. And now on to Quest 4, which might take you a scotch, but it will give you at least all of the brilliant Harry Potters that you need to place the image. I say that because you're going to need to collect 15 of the Harry Potters. That will get you 1 spellbook. Collecting those 15 Harry Potters should also help you get the next piece. You need to collect 15 notes, which will be dropped by brilliant Foundables. 15 Harrys, in theory, should drop 15 notes. That will get you 1 more spellbook. Finally, you have to earn 500 Brilliant Family XP, which, considering how many Harrys you're going to be collecting, and how many other Brilliants you're going to have to sort through in order to find the Harrys that you need, I don't honestly see this being a problem. If you do have a lot and you want to place images, specifically if you're able to place the images from the previous week's Brilliant event. That should help boost your Brilliant Family XP, because as we know, placing the images does give you an XP boost. Also, if you've by any chance been walking the Brilliant Portkeys, this would be the time you want to open them, since the Brilliant Portkeys have a tendency to give you a lot of Brilliant Family XP. That will get you 1 spellbook. All 3 of these tasks, in fact, reward you with 1 spellbook each. The rewards for focusing so diligently on just the Brilliant Foundables are 5 restricted section books, 5 Defense Against the Dark Arts books, 50 gold, 1 Hermione Granger, and 30 spell energy. Yeah, now we gotta talk about the bonus task. You need to place 5 Brilliant Family images on this page. 5 images in the Hall of Prophecy page specifically. So placing images on the previous week's page isn't going to cut it. It's only for this one. Hey, at least you're going to have the Hermione Granger to help you out. You most likely at this point will have Harry and the Prophecy Orb. The only one, in fact, that you probably might not have at this point is the ones that you get from opening the Portkeys. So the only one you may not place is Ginny Weasley, but you should, in theory, have the other 4 by this point, which means you only need to recollect 1 of them. Whichever one is going to be easiest for you at this point, statistically most likely the fortress one. That will get you 1 silver key. Speaking of being in the fortresses, you're going to have to be in the fortress for 2 of these quests, so you can be using your Brilliant Runestone to complete these and hopefully get the pieces you need to place that image, if that makes sense. You're going to be defeating your highest unlocked chamber again, which will give you 1 spellbook. You also need to defeat 15 formidable foes within the fortress. Defeating those 15 formidable foes, which I believe is the 2-star version of your foes, will get you 1 wit sharpening potion. You need to use 2 tonic for trace detections. 2 of them. You've not been required to brew any up to this point, but, you're probably going to want to. That will get you 1 Abraxian hair. While using those 2 tonic for trace detections, might I suggest you do the next part. Return 45 Brilliant Foundables. Now, it doesn't matter which one of the 4 you are returning, as long as you're returning 45 of them. And returning a total of 45 means that you will potentially be able to place another image in this page, which should help you towards your 5 required. That will get you 1 spellbook. That's all of them, so your rewards for completing the bonus challenge are all the Ginny Weasleys you need in order to place that image. 2,000 Wizarding XP, 100 Brilliant Family XP, 5 Defense Against the Dark Arts books, a Ministry ID title, and 30 spell energy. Now, tips and tricks on how to get this done in time. Liberal use of potions is my best suggestion. The most recent time I went into Dark 5, I ended up using 10. Don't be afraid to use your potions. We're being given a lot of ingredients, you might as well brew them. Pay attention to the ones that feed into each other. Each one of these quests has something that will help you with another part of that same quest. Try not to power through without paying attention, going into fortresses without using the Brilliant Runestone, for example, when you're required to also use, collect things from the Runestone. Make sure that you're using the synergy there. I try not to encourage people to use the SOS training for particular events. Use them for what is appropriate for you. Brilliant events seem to require you to go into fortresses a lot, require you to brew specific potions. So if you want to spend some of your many field guides on reducing your brew times and increasing the strength of your potions, that's how I roll, but I know that everyone is different, and you need to do what is appropriate for your particular style. I teach potions and also mythology, so I care about the potions, and that's what I focus on. Everyone is different. If you notice that you're doing something an awful lot, perhaps focus on training yourself to be better at that one thing. So, my witches and wizards, please let me know, are these heads up helpful for you? If they are, please like, subscribe, share. It really does help us out. We are still doing the goal of having 300 subscribers by the end of September, and we are really close. So if you know anyone who you think will be able to benefit from this, please let them know so that they can also, hopefully, subscribe. Also, thank you to all of our patrons and our new patron. You guys make all of this craziness possible. If you have anything you specifically want us to cover that we haven't been covering before or during these events, please let me know either through the comments or through my email, which is also in the description. And as always, my witches and wizards, stay safe. That means keep your eyes peeled, your ears open, and your wands ready.
Hey Kevin, I thought we were playing Spyro.
Well, Kevin wants to watch Game of Thrones.
Of course he does. You know, I know it was you who took my last bag of Twizzlers.
I can vouch for that.
It's hard to find the chocolate ones. Alright.